If you are interested in making money on the stock market, right now is the exact time that you've been waiting for, especially if you're new or even if you're a veteran investor. Let's talk about ticker symbol SPY, which is the Fortune 500 ETF. And at the time of this recording, it's bouncing up and down. Right now, it's $635. However, the key here is it's down 1% on the week. I want to pause and say, talk to a licensed financial advisor in your area before you invest. Investing carries risk, but if you understand those risks, that's when you can make money and take calculated risk. That's the key. Let's look at the history of September, which I've often been talking about, and I want you to take a screenshot of this. All the way from 2014 to 2024, there have been exactly 4 times in September where we've had an exception to the rule, and this is over the last decade, which means the other times we've had a high majority of the market coming down, and the largest time that it came down was 9.3%, which was in 2022. However, even last year, the stock market in September, it actually went up 2%, and that was the best September in 11 years. So you can get anything, but it's more likely to drop than not. But if you wait for the right moment every single time, what you're gonna often do is miss your chance on things that you know, like, and love. I wanna put this into perspective. If we get the worst drop ever from a paper standpoint where you're just looking at the numbers, then that means SPY could probably drop to about 574. And right now it's at 637, 638. It's moving up and down. But if we get it to drop it like it's hot all the way down there, family, this is gonna be a gold mine, because it's literally like a rubber band effect where you pull it back, and the further you pull it back, the further it can shoot forward. So that's what I'm looking to make money on. Family, if you're ready to make money, you got no fear in your heart, please hit the like. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes. I'm looking at the heat list. I'm gonna talk about NVIDIA. I'm gonna talk about AMD. So this is an artificial intelligence play, and I'm gonna speak on it in a way with new research that just came out from MIT that you may not have heard about. The first banger we're gonna talk about is AMD. AMD, we like this one on a pullback, which we have already pulled back. AMD, we like that this one is coming down. But if you look at the pattern, we're starting to have the neckline level, aka a support level at the bottom of a double top, which means at about $155 to $150, this is a level of support. But on the lowest end of this, about $149. So if we pull back beyond those levels, then we could get in and start buying your 1 shares, your 10 shares, your 50 shares, depending on your amount of money that you have in your account. But you never want to go all in at once in case it dips on you and then continues to dip. Here's that research I was talking about. They said new research from MIT is contributing to the bullish momentum of artificial intelligence slowing down. And it suggests the vast majority of businesses aren't scoring profits with their generative AI investments. So long story short, they got prestigious colleges, professors with tenure, and all of them are saying they did a study, and it's suggesting that all of these companies putting AI in their customer service, AI services here and there, and putting all this money into it, they're not actually getting a return on investment. But I want to say, MIT, it is what it is. Stop the cap, because let me tell you one thing. Do you know why they're having mass layoffs in the tech sector? Because before they would have to hire 100 people and pay all of them $300,000 a year. But now with artificial intelligence, they could just hire 5 people and pay each of them $400,000 a year. So they're saving massively, because in most businesses, if not all, the biggest expense is the payroll. So artificial intelligence is helping them to be more efficient and cut down on those payroll expenses. Even if they're getting the same amount of production done, they're doing it with fewer people. And this is huge for businesses. And I'm surprised to see something like MIT come out with something like that and not really get into the weeds of it and the weeds of how the business works. And maybe they did, but that's not being popularized. So I wanted to just clear that up for you, family. This is what artificial intelligence is doing. But like I told you, the 149 level, if we see that in AMD, we know what time it is. We know that's where we could really load up. I want to give a shout out to everybody who's a member of KGU and tell you the list still isn't available yet for you to be able to join. Like I told you before, as soon as it opens up, I will let you know. But I want to encourage you to join the email list. It's free and it'll keep you up to date on everything going on when you are going to get that information. And I'll let you know when the spaces are back open for KGU. But I want to salute y'all because again, we booked the calendar all the way out. That's amazing and it's a blessing. Let's get right back into it. Palantir is the next one I want you to pay attention to, and it's currently $155. But like I said, these things move up and down $5 in a blink of an eye. So if it's a little different by the time you see it, then I understand that. Now, here's some of the naysaying happening with them. They're saying that this is ranking as one of the worst daily performers in the S&P 500. They're also saying that, and this is kind of crazy, right? And it does make sense though. I'm not even gonna say they just naysaying. It does make sense. Tell me how you feel about this in the comments. Signs of a potential resolution to the Russian and Ukraine war and improving relations between the United States and China seem to be weighing on Palantir. Long story short, according to Yahoo News, they're saying that since wars are kind of easing up or appearing to be easing up, then a stock that is benefiting from the military contracts, they're actually not looking like they're going to be ramping up in the future. So this is what the institutions like to tell you when they want to go and load up on stocks. I just learned that over time of being in the market, how they try to trick you and they try to make it so they don't have you thinking they want it. But in actuality, they really do want it. It's always a mind game, fam. You ever heard of the word psyop? It's a psychological operation. They always playing that kind of game where they make you, oh yeah, nah. It's like a nonchalant kind of act that they put on with a lot of these companies. If they didn't think Palantir was a company that was going to be making a lot of money moving forward, they wouldn't even speak on it. They wouldn't even talk about it at all. But they're saying also macroeconomic factors too. But I do want to say, I know a lot of people feel a certain way about Palantir, and I totally get it. If you feel away, you feel away. Personally, I say trade with the chart, not with your heart. All of these companies is shady at the end of the day. Again, you be the judge. I can never judge you for whatever you want to do. I want to educate you real quick. I want you to understand the difference between a dip, a pullback, and a correction. A dip is when we have the market fall less than 5%. That's your 3%, your 1%. That's just a dip, right? That's nothing. But then when you have a pullback, this is when it's 6%, 8%, right? 10%. And then when you have a correction, right? This is when people are like, oh man, the market is a scam. It's over. I knew I should have never invested, when they really feeling distraught. This is when you got your 15% drops. This is when you got your 20% drops in the market. And those things happen sometimes. Now, dips, they happen every few days. When you have your pullbacks, the 5 to 10%, those happen maybe every few months. But when you have your corrections, those happen generally about every 2 years or so. You're going to get something close to that. And every 6 years or so, you might even get a 25% correction. So it's a part of the market. I want you to think of it like this. A wise man once said, if you're trying to play a stock from 14 to 22, that's a pretty good run. But if it corrects all the way down to $6, but the finances are still in shape for the company, now going from 6 all the way to 22 is phenomenal. 14 to 22 is good. 6 to 22 is phenomenal. And we love to get those phenomenal returns. I want to give you some more information on Palantir. If it comes all the way down, which would be a really major drop to 128, I love it down there. I love it down there. We still use stop losses because a lot of these trades, they move so quickly that you actually have to watch them. You can't set it and forget it on a lot of these, but you do got to watch them. I want to put NVIDIA up on your radar as well because it's been coming down pretty nicely, family. I want to make sure I upload this so you could download it into your brain. The financial estimates, even if you don't know how to read a balance sheet, you don't know how to read financial estimates or anything like that, I want you to download the Moomoo app. The link is in the top of the description. Put $100 on there, they're gonna give you some free stocks. If you put more, they're gonna give you even more free stocks, but you're gonna need access to tools like this. And honestly, there's some tools lately that I've been seeing that really been turning it up for me, but I'm gonna just leave it right here for now. I want to get into it. I'll talk to y'all about that in the future. Check me out. The financial estimates, do you see the trend? How on NVIDIA, it's going up. So even if the stock is coming down, but the business is going up, oh yeah, that means it's getting cheaper to own this stock. Love it. And then AMD, it's not as clear of a straight line up. When you look at the estimates, this orange line and the blue line, but it's still an uptrend. The money, they're going to be making more and more money going forward. And even Palantir is the same thing. They imagine that they're going to be making more and more money going forward. So when the stock comes down, then that just means if the business is going up, then we meeting right in the middle at that sweet spot where the business is good, but the stock is coming down, so we get to buy it for cheaper. NVIDIA is one that I like at 164. I would also buy it now, but I really like it down there. So family, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Again, join that email list. You're going to go to the description. You're going to see it. You're going to put your email in. Then I'm going to be able to stay in contact with you, even if YouTube ever does decide to take the videos down or whatever. We never going to lose our link. I appreciate y'all. Download Moomoo. The link is in the top of the description. Opportunity is knocking, and I'm encouraging you to level up, even if you already have another app. I'll see you on the next one, and take care.